Hello everyone and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed building video, or welcome if you are new to the channel. I'm Alexandra and here I am again with a brand new speed build for you guys, and I must say that I am so excited about this house and about this speed build in general because it's autumn themed, and as you probably saw or heard me before, I am all about this season. Autumn for me is the best part of year, guys, especially when it comes to the Sims building, because everything is so colorful, everything is so moody, and I don't know, the vibes this season gave me are just so good. I just love autumn so much. So if you are an autumn lover as I am, you might stick out with me because I am going to do more of them, of course. But before we dive into more details of this build, I wanted to let you know that you can now use my EA affiliate code Create4Sims when purchasing any Sims 4 DLCs through the EA app or thesims.com. And at the moment, the September showcase is now live and you can grab the Sims 4 DLCs up to 85% off. So with all that being said, let's talk more about this family house that I built. This is the first build I did in this season because as you know, I've been working on a save file lately and I didn't quite really had time to build something new because I was working on that save, and I only did 2 new autumn themed builds, but not so autumn like because I didn't integrate any pumpkins and like very more awesome decorations throughout the lot and throughout the house. So this is more like fall theme than my previous builds that I did. So this is a very casual family house in Brindleton Bay, and I built it on this 30 by 30 lot, which I think is one of my favorite lots in this world because I don't know, the lighting is so good, the surroundings are so nice, and I just felt like I want to build here again. And I feel that because last year also during autumn my builds were always like built on this lot and the lot next door, because I don't know, the trees behind the lots are just so good looking with the autumn colors, and it's quite a decent size because, you know, I'm not a tiny builder, so I always tend to go like medium size. And yes, this house is actually quite big. It has room for 2 adults, 1 nursery, and also 1 room for a kid and 1 room for a teen. So you can easily start a generation here if you'd like. We have a lot of activities outside like gardening, and also we have a lot of things to do in the back of the house, even though the lot was quite small because the house is kind of big and I didn't had so much space for a backyard, and I only integrated some activities for the kids. We have a swing set, we have a barbecue, we have a water balloon bucket, and I don't know, it just felt quite crowded for me. But I also integrated a gazebo and I thought that was a nice touch to this house. And as you can see, now I'm working with the terrain paint and with the terrain manipulation because I wanted to add some details to this house. We have a very high foundation and I wanted to level the terrain to like be somehow above but not as far as the foundation goes, and I felt that was nice but kind of hard to do, especially a driveway. And I don't know, cars in this game for me are like everything, and I really wish to have more debug cars, even though they are not functional. To be honest, I don't even think I want functional cars in this game. For me, it's like the best thing that we can access them through the debug catalog and I can place them in the lots because it gives like more personality. So I love how I made that driveway, even though it's not a garage door there. And as you can see, the color scheme on this house, it's very clean. We only have a lot of white, and the roof that it's brown, and even this shutters for windows, I wanted to make them brown, but then I thought, you know what, I think white suits best. So this is a very taken care of a house, you know. People who live here invested a lot to have this beautiful house and to have a happy family here. And I am so excited about the results. And I don't know why, but when it comes to fall season, this is the style of houses that came into my mind. I don't know if this is totally 100% a farmhouse, but part of me think that it is, even though I think Hanford and Bagley would have been a good choice also for this build, but also being white gives me somehow the vibe of coastal build. So I tried to mix these styles together, and here I am with this kind of farmhousey oceanside house, and I'm so excited about how it turned out. And I really love also the interior, because once in a while I like to place a lot of decorations and to give more personality to the interiors than I usually do. You heard me before, I love doing exteriors. I will always love that, and sometimes I rush. I'm in a rush, I'm in a completely hurry to finish the interior quick so then I can start my next build. And that's why usually I don't do so many details in the interior, but in this build I gave my best to add a lot of things. And I'm totally in love with the bedrooms and the kid room. I think it's my favorite. And we also have a tiny indoor garden, because if you don't garden in The Sims, why do you even play? I'm like, even though we have a ton of things to do in The Sims now, gardening for me will always be a thing that I will always do. Even though I barely gameplay, I love to garden, and I love the idea of having plant boxes and interior gardens. And that's what I was trying to do in this build, because I was thinking that maybe in this house can be a family that has two parents, and probably the mom is staying at home, so it's a staying home mom who takes care of the children and also of the house, because the house, as I said, is very clean, it's not messy, it's very well taken care of, and also the yard is very neat and everything is well arranged. So that's how I wanted to do this build. And let me know if you have any other ideas about what kind of a family you think fits in this house. And yes, again, these flowers that I love so much from the romantic garden, I just spoke about them in my previous video, and I must say again that they are my favorite. And as you can see, I placed them in the porch in front of the house, because I always make my porches basic with wood flooring and maybe a bench and some plant boxes. But this time I thought, why not add actual dirt on the ground and to have soil and actual plants that grow there, because that can be actually happening. So that's what I did, and I'm happy about that idea, because I wanted to try something different with my porches. And here I am with the backyard, which, as I said, it's narrow. Yes, it's kind of small and long, but I managed to fit in this grill area, this bar, and decorations, of course, because I wanted to have in my mind that a very happy family lives here, that they like to spend time together, and family is everything about them. And even though maybe work and other responsibilities might take time, spending time with each other, it's the most important thing for the household that's gonna be living here. But of course you can choose whatever family you want to live here. And of course the lights that I always use, these are not like this is something I will never get rid of from my builds. I will use those lights probably all the time. And this is the small area for the children with a swing set. So some more landscaping to go, and probably then we're gonna go into the interior, which, by the way, took me so long to figure out because of the shape of the house. The shell actually was big enough, but doing a floor plan was kind of a nightmare. And I must say that I think for each build that I do, floor planning, it takes me a lot of time. In the end, I am happy about my floor plans, but while doing them, believe me, I can spend like even an hour to do a floor plan. But in the end, I'm happy with it. So I'm happy with this one as well. And I always cut out the floor plan process from my builds just because they are like impossible for me. I think my split builds would be like twice long if I would keep the floor plan, so that's why I'm cutting that out. And also bathrooms, because I tend to recreate them and I think that they are not so important. So here is the kitchen where I first started, and I gave to the interior as well this earthy tone, this kind of white and brown color scheme with a lot of plants and very, let's say, countryside furniture, not so modern but also not so cottagey, if you ask me. But as I said before, I'm not an interior design expert, so most of the time you might see that I'm combining things that they should not be combined, and I don't know, I just feel like I don't know things about interior design, but sometimes the interiors I do tend to be cozy because that's kind of what I intend to do in my builds, and very lived in because of the cluttering, which I can't help myself. I can do I will never do a house without clutter, even a minimalistic one. So yes, this is the dining area. It's kind of small, but I wanted to change the things I always do. So I didn't want to use a rectangle table, so I used a rounded one, and I think it fits this house. And yes, a lot of clutter, a desk area here in this hallway with some libraries, and we have the master bedroom, who is on the main floor alongside with the greenhouse and also the living space and kitchen. And upstairs we have the rooms for the kids, and as I said, a nursery, room for a teenager, and also a room for a kid. And yes, I think I will leave you guys to watch the rest of the video. Please stay till the end so you won't miss the tour of the house, and I really hope that you like this house. Don't hesitate to let me know what you think about this, and if you would download this from my gallery, what type of family would you move in, and what storyline do you think goes well with this home? And yes, I really appreciate you all for coming and watching the build, and I really hope to hear from you soon. So until the next time, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and a sub to the channel, and I'm sending you a lot of hugs. Bye everybody.